Shade Swamp Sanctuary, the place Connecticut forgot. They built it for healing, but something else moved in. Tucked behind the quiet hum of Route 6 in Farmington, Connecticut, lies a fragment of forgotten time. To most who pass it today, it's just a decaying trailhead, a moss choked bridge, and the skeleton of a wooden lodge overtaken by vines. But to those who grew up nearby, it was once known by another name, the Little Zoo in the Woods. It was meant to be a haven, a small animal rescue, a quiet place where wounded wildlife could be nursed back to health. But something went wrong. In the 1930s, the Civilian Conservation Corps built Shade Swamp's wooden lodge. They enclosed animals in rustic wooden pens and iron cages, deer, raccoons, even a bobcat. It wasn't large, but families brought their children to see nature up close. Except by the late 1940s, the zoo was shut down, suddenly and quietly. According to scattered reports, the animals began behaving erratically, turning on one another, mutilating themselves, shrieking at nothing in the trees. One volunteer, a teen named Paul Grayson, vanished in 1949. He'd been cleaning the bobcat enclosure. When rangers found the cage, the door was still locked, but Paul was gone, and the walls were smeared with something dark. The bobcat was lying in the corner, eyes open, dead. And today, the wooden lodge has mostly collapsed, its bones exposed and weather-worn. But inside, past the sagging beams and warped floorboards, sits a strange relic, a heavy, rusted animal cage built into the foundation, bolted shut. Too small for a bear, too sturdy for anything local. No one knows which creature it was meant to hold. Some say it wasn't for animals at all. Those brave enough to enter say they found children's toys in the corners, bones too small for deer, and once carved into the stone floor, the words, "It doesn't sleep." Investigators claim that the sanctuary warps time and space, trails that loop endlessly, footprints that vanish mid-step, a pressure in your chest like you're underwater, but you're still breathing. Audio recordings often pick up what sounds like low growling, although no animals live in the swamp anymore. In 2003, an amateur ghost hunter from Bristol reported hearing cages slam shut around him, despite standing alone in an open clearing. He fled. 3 weeks later, he was found wandering near Collinsville, barefoot, unable to speak, clutching a stuffed raccoon that wasn't his. There are rumors, old ones, that Shade Swamp is built on something far older than the sanctuary. One theory suggests a colonial asylum once sat near the sanctuary site, its records lost in a fire in 1811. Another claims the swamp was a burial pit for plague victims, buried outside of town to prevent spiritual contamination. Whatever the truth is, the area has never been fully excavated. Report hearing something breathing beneath the earth. Some believe that the animals weren't driven mad. They were reacting to something already buried there. And now it's awake. The sanctuary still exists, technically. The trail is marked, the parking lot empty. The nature walk sign is almost unreadable. But locals don't enter anymore, especially not after dark. There are stories of phantom lanterns in the woods bobbing gently just out of reach, or an old woman in ranger clothes singing silently among the trees, watching. Screams that echo but come from nowhere. Cages are still there, but now they're open, and sometimes something breathes from inside them.